morning, Avid. Donna, welcome in. Miss Kunkel, you were here yesterday and you weren't here yesterday. They uh they were saying hi to you, Donna, and I didn't see you, and then you told me later that you'd fallen back asleep. But that's awesome. I'm so glad y'all are in here. Today is January the 17th, 2025. Man. We are going to be in Genesis 18 on day 17. Yes, Andy's got it. Genesis 18, Matthew 17, Nehemiah 7, Acts 17, and then Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 20. Today's Genesis starts out the son of promise. Oh, goodness. Having a hard time this morning. Let's see. The son of promise. Verse 1. Hey, good morning, Andy. If I didn't say good morning, I said thank you. Good morning, Joey. Verse 1. Then the Lord appeared to him by the tabernacle trees of Mamre, as he was sitting in the tent door in the heat of the day. So he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, 3 men were standing by him. And when he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them, and bowed himself to the ground. And he said, My Lord, if I have now found favor in your sight, do not pass on by your servant. Please let a little water be brought, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will bring a morsel of bread, that you may refresh your hearts. After that you may pass by. Inasmuch as you have come to your servant, they said, do as you have said. So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah and said quickly, Make ready 3 measures of fine meal, knead it and make cakes. And Abram ran to the herd, took a tender and good calf, gave it to a young man, and hastened to prepare it. So he took butter and milk and calf, which he had prepared, and set it before them. And they stood by them under the tree as they ate. Then they said to him, Where is Sarah, your wife? So he said, Here in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return to you according to the time of life. And behold, Sarah, your wife, shall have a son. Sarah was listening in the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abram and Sarah were old, well advanced in age, and Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I have grown old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? And the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I surely bear a child, since I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? In the appointed time I will return to you according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. But Sarah denied it, saying, I did not laugh, for she was afraid. And he said, No, but you did laugh. Abraham intercedes for Sodom. Oh, man. Verse 16. Then the men rose from there and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them to send them on the way. And the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham what I am doing? Since Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I have known him in order that he may command his children and his household after him, that they keep the way of the Lord, to do righteousness and justice, that the Lord may bring to Abraham what he has spoken to him. And the Lord said, because the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grave, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the outcry against it that has come to me, and if not, I will know. Then the men turned away from there and went toward Sodom. But Abram stood still before the Lord, and Abram came near and said, would you also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there were 50 righteous within the city. Would you also destroy the place and not spare it for the 50 righteous that were in it? Far be it for you to do such a thing as this, to slay the righteous with the wicked, so that the righteous should be as wicked. Far be it for you. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? So the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. Then Abram answered and said, indeed, now I who am but dust and ashes have taken it upon myself to speak to the Lord. Suppose there were 5 less than 50 righteous. Would you destroy all the city for the lack of 5? So he said, if I find there 45, I will not destroy it. And he spoke to him yet again and said, suppose there should be 40 found there. So he said, I will not do it for the sake of 40. Then he said, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Suppose 30 should be found there. So he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, indeed, now I have taken it upon myself to speak to the Lord. Suppose 20 should be found there. So he said, I will not destroy it for the sake of 20. Then he said, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak but once more. Suppose 10 should be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. So the Lord went his way as soon as he finished speaking with Abram, and Abram returned to his place. That wraps up Genesis. Let's jump to Matthew chapter 17 in the New Testament. Where you at, Matthew? Trying to hide from me. Matthew chapter 17, the heading says Jesus transfigured on the mount. Now, after 6 days, verse 1, now after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and John, his brother, led them up on a high mountain by themselves, and he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as the light. And behold, Moses and Elijah appeared to them, talking with him. And Peter answered and said to Jesus, Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. While he was still speaking, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and suddenly a voice came out of the cloud, saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear him. And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their faces and were greatly afraid. But Jesus came and touched them and said, Arise, and do not be afraid. When they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no one but Jesus only. Now as they came down from the mountain, Jesus commanded them, saying, Tell this vision to no one until the Son of Man has risen from the dead. And his disciples asked him, saying, Why then do the scribes say that Elijah must come first? Jesus answered and said to them, Indeed, Elijah is coming first and will restore all things. But I say to you that Elijah has come already, and they did not know him, but did to him whatever they wished. Likewise, the Son of Man is also about to suffer at their hands. Then the disciples understood that he spoke to them of John the Baptist. A boy is healed, verse 14. And when they had come to the multitude, a man came to him, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is epileptic and suffers severely. For he often falls into the fire and often into the water. So I brought him to your disciples, but they could not cure him. Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generations, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him here to me. And Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of him, and the child was cured from the very hour. Then the disciples came to Jesus privately and said, Why could we not cast it out? So Jesus said to them, Because of your unbelief, for assuredly I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, Move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. However, this kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting. Jesus again predicts his death and resurrection is the heading. Verse 22. Now while they were staying in Galilee, Jesus said to them, The Son of Man is about to be betrayed into the hands of men, and they will kill him, and the third day he will rise up. And they were exceedingly sorrowful. Peter and his master pay their taxes. That's the heading, verse 24. When they had come to Capernaum, those who received the temple tax came to Peter and said, Does your teacher not pay the temple tax? He said, Yes. And when he had come into the house, Jesus anticipated him, saying, What do you think, Simon? For whom do the kings of the earth take customs of taxes? For their sons or from strangers? Peter said to him, From strangers. Jesus said to him, Then the sons are free. Nevertheless, lest we offend them, go to the sea, cast in a hook, and take the fish that comes up first. And when you have opened its mouth, you will find a piece of money. Take that and give it to them for me and you. That wraps up Matthew 17. Now we'll jump over to Ezra chapter 7. Go ahead and open up there. Ezra chapter 7, right up there in the Old Testament. No, we're in Nehemiah chapter 7, not Ezra, I'm sorry. Right between Ezra and Esther, chapter 7. Then it was, verse 1, when the wall was built and I had hung the doors, when the gatekeepers, the singers, the Levites had been appointed, that I gave the charge of Jerusalem to my brother Hananiah and Hananiah, the leader of the citadel. For he was a faithful man and feared God more than many. And I said to them, Do not let the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun is hot. And while they stand guard, let them shut and bar the doors, and appoint guards from among the inhabitants of Jerusalem, one at his watch station, and another in front of his own house. The captives who return to Jerusalem is the heading. Verse 4. Now the city was large and spacious, but the people in it were few, and the houses were not rebuilt. Then my God put it into my heart to gather the nobles, the rulers, and the people, that they might be registered by genealogy. And I found a register of the genealogy of those who had come up in the first return, and found written in it, These are the people of the province who came back from the captivity of those who had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away, and who returned to Jerusalem and Judea, every one to his city. Those who came with Zerubbabel was Joshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Ramah, Nehemiah, Mordecai, Belshon, Mispereth, Bigvi, Nema, and Banan. The number of the men of the people of Israel, the sons of Parush, 2,172. The sons of Shephatah, 372. The sons of Ara, 652. The sons of Pahath Moab, of the sons of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818. The sons of Elam, 1,254. The sons of Zatu, 845. And the sons of Zaki, 760. The sons of Benu, 648. The sons of Bebiah, 628. The sons of Asgad, 2,322. The sons of Adonikim, 667. The sons of Bigvi, 2,067. The sons of Aden, 655. The sons of Ater of Hezekiah, 98. The sons of Hesham, 328. The sons of Benzi, 324. The sons of Hariph, 112. The sons of Gibeon, 95. The men of Bethlehem and Nephthah, 188. The men of Anathoth, 128. The men of Beth Azmaveth, 42. The men of Kirjath Jearim, Shepharim, and Beeroth, 743. The men of Ramah and Geba, 621. The men of Michmas, 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 123. The men of other Nebo, 52. Of the other Nebo, 52. The sons of the other Elam, 1,254. The sons of Haram, 320. The sons of Jericho, 345. The sons of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 721. The sons of Senah, 3,930. The priest, the sons of Judea, Jedidah, of the house of Joshua, 973. The sons of Emer, 1,052. The sons of Pusher, 1,247. The sons of Haram, 1,017. The Levites, the sons of Joshua and Kadmiel, and of the sons of Hodavah, 74. The singers, the sons of Azvah, 148. The gatekeepers, the sons of Shalom, the sons of Attor, the sons of Telmah, the sons of Adkub, the sons of Haditah, the sons of Shobai, 138. The Nethim, the sons of Zia, the sons of Heshbah, the sons of Tobiah, the sons of Koros, the sons of Sia, the sons of Padan, the sons of Lebana, the sons of Hagabah, the sons of Shema, the sons of Hannah, the sons of Giddel, the sons of Geher, and the sons of Reai, the sons of Rezin, the sons of Nekoda, the sons of Gezem, the sons of Uzzah, the sons of Pashu, the sons of Bishai, the sons of Meunim, the sons of Nephizim, the sons of Bakbuk, the sons of Hakyuha, the sons of Harhur, the sons of Bezlith, the sons of Mehida, the sons of Hersha, the sons of Barkoas, the sons of Sisera, the sons of Tema, the sons of Nizah, and the sons of Hatipha, the sons of Solomon's servants, the sons of Sotiah, the sons of Sophereth, the sons of Perdidia, the sons of Jaala, the sons of Darkon, the sons of Giddel, the sons of Stephata, the sons of Hatil, and the sons of Pochereth of Zibim, and the sons of Ammon, all the Nethanim, and the sons of Solomon's servants were 392, and these were the ones who came up from Tel Maya, Tel Harsh, Cherub, Aden, and Emar. But they could not identify their fathers' houses nor their lineage, whether they were of Israel, the sons of Delilah, the sons of Tobiah, the sons of Nekoda, 642, and the priest, the sons of Habiah, and the sons of Koz, and the sons of Barzillai, who took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai, the Gileadite, and all called their name. These sought their listing among those who were registered by genealogy, but it was not found, therefore they were excluded from the priesthood as defiled. And the governor said to them that they should not eat of the most holy things till a priest could consult with the Urim and Thummim. Altogether, the whole assembly was 42,360, besides their male and female servants, of whom there were 7,337, and they had 245 men and women singers. Their horses were 736, the mules 245, their camels 435, and donkeys 6,720. And some of the heads of the fathers' houses gave to the work. The governor gave to the treasury 1,000 gold darkums, 50 basins, and 530 priestly garments. Some of the hands of the fathers' houses gave to the treasury of the work 20,000 gold darments and 2,200 silver minims, and that which the rest of the people gave was 20,000 gold darments, 2,000 silver minims, and 67 priestly garments. So the priests, the Levites, the gatekeepers, the singers, some of the people, the Nethinims, and Israel dealt in the cities, and all Israel dwelt in the cities. Ezra reads the law. Thank you, Andy. That was quite a bunch of names there. Ezra reads the law is the heading. The verse is 73b. When the 7th month came, the children of Israel were in their cities. And now we are wrapped up in Nehemiah 7. Let's go to Acts 17. Back again in the New Testament. Acts 17. Preaching Christ at Thessalonica. Excuse me. Verse 1. Now, when they had passed through Anapholis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where there was a synagogue of the Jews. Then Paul and his custom went It don't make sense. Then Paul, as his custom was, went in to them, and for 3 Sabbaths reasoned with them from the scriptures, explaining and demonstrating that the Christ had to suffer and rise again from the dead, and saying, "This Jesus, whom I preach to you, is the Christ." And some of them were persuaded, and a great multitude of the devout Greeks, and not a few of them leading women, joined Paul and Silas. Assault on Jason's house is the heading, verse 5. But the Jews who were not persuaded, becoming envious, took some of the evil men from the marketplace, and gathering a mob, set all the city in an uproar, and attacked the house of Jason, and sought to bring them out to the people. But when they did not find them, they dragged Jason and some brethren to the rulers of the city, crying out, "These who have turned the world upside down have come here too. Jason has harbored them, and these are all acting contrary to the decrees of Caesar, saying there is another king, Jesus." And they troubled the crowd and the rulers of the city, whom they had heard these things. When they had heard these things, so when they had taken security from Jason and the rest, they let them go. Ministering at Beerah. Verse 10. Then the brethren immediately sent Paul and Silas away by night to Beerah. When they arrived, they went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more fair-minded than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness and searched the scriptures daily to find out whether these things were so. Therefore many of them believed, and also not a few of the Greeks, prominent women as well as men. But when the Jews from Thessalonica learned that the word of God was preached by Paul at Beerah, they came there also and stirred up the crowds. Then immediately the brethren sent Paul away to go to the sea, but both Silas and Timothy remained there. So those who conducted Paul brought him to Athens, and receiving a command from Silas and Timothy to come to him with all speed, they departed. Then the philosophers at Athens is the heading, verse 16. Now while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was provoked within him when he saw that the city was given over to idols. Almost said idiots. And if you got an idol, yeah. Therefore, verse 17, therefore he reasoned in the synagogue with the Jews and with the Gentile worshippers, and in the marketplace daily with those who happened to be there. Then certain Epicurean and Stoic philosophers encountered him and said, "What does this babbler want to say?" Others said, "He seems to be a proclaimer of foreign gods, because he preached to them Jesus and the resurrection." And they took him and brought him to the Areopagus, saying, "May we know what this new doctrine is of which you speak? For you are bringing some strange things to our ears. Therefore we want to know what these things mean." For all the Athenians and the foreigners who were there spent their time in nothing else but either to tell or to hear some new thing. Addressing the Areopagus, verse 22. Then Paul stood in the midst of the Areopagus and said, "Men of Athens, I perceive that in all things you are very religious. For as I was passing through and considering the objects of your worship, I even found an altar with the inscription, to the unknown God. Therefore, the one whom you worship without knowing, him I proclaim to you, God, who made the world and everything in it, since he is Lord of heaven and earth, does not dwell in temples made with hands, nor is he worshipped with men's hands, as though he needed anything, since he gives to all life, breath, and all things, and he has made from one blood every nation of man to dwell on all the face of the earth, and has determined their preappointed times at the boundaries of their dwellings, so that they should seek the Lord in the hope that they might grope from him and find him, though he is not far from each one of us, for in him we live and move and have our being. As also some of your own poets have said, for we are also his offspring. Therefore, since we are the offspring of God, we ought not to think that the divine nature is like gold or silver or stone, something shaped by art and men's devising. Truly, these times of ignorance God overlooked, but now commands all men everywhere to repent, because he has appointed a day on which he will judge the world in righteousness by the man whom he has ordained. He has given assurance of this to all by raising him from the dead. And when they heard of the resurrection of the dead, some mocked, while others said, we will hear you again on this matter. So Paul departed from among them. However, some men joined him and believed. Among the Dionysians, the Areopagite, a woman named Darmiris, and others with them. Goodness. Of those that believed in Eris and Mars. Thank you, Andy. Let's see, y'all. That wraps up our 4 chapters for the day. Let's jump into Ephesians chapter 6. Starting in verse 10, we're going to put our armor on. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in heavenly places. Therefore take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, stand therefore, having girded your waist with truth, having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and having shod your feet with preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, with which you will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, being watchful to this end with all perseverance and supplication for all the saints, and for me, that utterance may be given to me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains, that in it I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Thank you, Donna. Tongue stumbled all the way through this morning's readings, but the word is still there. Whether I pronounce the names in some of the places wrong, yeah, I know I did. It's not a matter of whether I did. It's just, hey, we still got through it, and there's still something in there for us. So that's why it's in the Bible. And like I've said before, God wanted each and every one of those names in his word, or they wouldn't be there. So they're important to God. We'll try to read them best I can. God bless y'all. Donna, we got the ramp built yesterday. I'll send you a picture here in a minute. And you said, "Yep, amen." I challenge you guys to go be a blessing for someone else today. Let me give you tomorrow's readings. I'll tell you what they are. I need to type out next month's. Let's see. Let me see. Tomorrow we will be in day 18. Day 18 starts with Genesis 19, Matthew 18, Nehemiah 8, and Acts 18. And I'm going to write them on my notes right quick. But I challenge you guys to be a blessing for someone else today. God bless y'all. We will see y'all again in the morning. Donna, I love you. And I love Fred. Tell him I said hi. Talk to y'all later. God bless. Have a great day.